Imagine a young girl, brave but traumatized, unable to recall where a horrific crime took place. The police are at a dead end, with no crime scene and fading hope. Then, one extraordinary hero emerges, a police dog whose nose can follow a trail no human could. This is the powerful true story of how a canine's tracking skills brought justice in a Canadian sexual assault case, giving a survivor her voice. Stay with us. You won't believe the journey this dog led. A cry for justice. In a peaceful Canadian town, a 15-year-old girl faced an unthinkable ordeal. A sexual assault that left her shaken and unable to pinpoint the location of the crime. Her courage in reporting the assault sparked a determined police investigation, but without a known crime scene, the path to justice was fraught with obstacles. Time was critical, and evidence was slipping away. Yet, amidst the uncertainty, a beacon of hope appeared in the form of a police dog, whose unparalleled tracking abilities would uncover the truth and ensure a perpetrator faced accountability. Welcome to Beyond Facts TV, where we uncover true crime stories that go beyond the headlines, celebrating resilience, bravery, and the pursuit of justice. Today, we're diving into the sexual assault case, a deeply moving tale of a survivor's strength, a community's solidarity, and a canine hero who made the impossible possible, a teen's world shattered. The victim, a 15-year-old girl whose identity we'll protect, was a vibrant teenager in her small Canadian town. She was a high school student with a passion for art, often sketching landscapes inspired by the forests and fields surrounding her home. She loved spending time with friends, playing soccer, and dreaming of becoming an illustrator. Her town, nestled in a region of rolling hills and dense woodlands, was a tight-knit community where neighbors waved from porches and children roamed freely. It was a place where serious crime was rare, and families felt secure. The girl's life was filled with promise, her days a blend of schoolwork, laughter, and plans for the future. But one evening, everything changed. She was assaulted while out alone, an attack that left her physically unharmed but emotionally devastated. The trauma clouded her memory, making it impossible to recall the exact location, a wooded area, a field, or somewhere in between. With the support of her family, she reported the assault to the police, her bravery shining through despite her fear. The community was stunned, rallying around her with vigils and messages of support, but a quiet unease settled over the town. Someone dangerous was still at large, and the police faced immense pressure to act swiftly. The investigation needed a miracle, and that miracle would come from a police dog named Scout, whose tracking skills would retrace the steps to justice. A predator's concealment. The assault was a calculated act by a predator who exploited the girl's vulnerability. The perpetrator, a man in his mid-20s known to the community, lured or coerced her to a secluded area on the town's outskirts, likely a wooded clearing or grassy field shielded from view. The attack was swift but shattering, leaving the girl in shock. The perpetrator fled, confident that the remote location and the victim's trauma would prevent discovery. He believed the crime scene, hidden among trees or tall grass, would remain undisturbed, and without physical evidence, he could evade suspicion. The girl, disoriented and frightened, found her way home, her memory fragmented by the ordeal. The perpetrator resumed his daily routine, blending seamlessly into the town's life, perhaps even joining conversations about the case to deflect attention. The police launched their investigation with urgency, treating the girl's account with care and sensitivity. She provided what details she could: vague images of trees, a dirt path, or open ground, but couldn't pinpoint the spot. Without a crime scene, collecting physical evidence was nearly impossible, and the case risked stalling. The police interviewed community members and identified a person of interest based on prior minor offenses and proximity to the area. But suspicion alone wasn't enough. The investigation hinged on finding the crime scene before evidence was lost to weather or time. And that's where Scout, the police dog, would prove invaluable. Scout, the Trailblazer. Enter Scout, a German shepherd whose name became a symbol of hope in this case. Scout was a highly trained member of the local police canine unit, specializing in scent tracking. These dogs are trained to follow a specific human scent, whether from a person or an object, across diverse terrains, distinguishing it from countless other smells. Scout's training was rigorous, spanning months of intensive work with his handler to develop precision, focus, and resilience. His nose could detect a scent trail hours or even days old, navigating through forests, fields, or busy urban areas with unwavering accuracy. When Scout was brought to the investigation, the police were grappling with a vast search area. The girl's description suggested a wooded or open space near her home, but the region spanned kilometers of trails, fields, and dense thickets. A human search would be slow, costly, and uncertain, with the risk of missing the site entirely. Scout's handler, a dedicated canine officer with years of experience, had complete trust in his partner's abilities. They used an item from the victim, likely a piece of clothing worn during the assault, to give Scout her scent. Starting near the girl's home, where she was last seen before the incident, Scout set off, his nose low to the ground, following an invisible path. The trail led through quiet streets, past a community park, and into a wooded area on the town's edge. Scout moved with purpose, undeterred by the complex terrain, over roots, through underbrush, and across a small stream. After covering nearly a kilometer, he stopped at a secluded clearing, his ears perked and tail stiff. He pawed at the ground and barked sharply, signaling the crime scene. The police were astounded. Scout had pinpointed the exact location of the assault, a hidden spot that might have remained undiscovered without his skills. Evidence and accountability. Scout's discovery was the turning point that breathed new life into the investigation. The clearing, a quiet spot surrounded by trees and tall grass, was immediately secured as the crime scene. Forensic teams descended on the area, working meticulously to collect evidence. They found disturbed soil, traces of biological material, and small items like a hair tie or fabric fragment that corroborated the victim's account. The evidence was critical, providing DNA and physical links to the suspect. The police intensified their focus on the person of interest, a local man whose alibis were inconsistent and whose movements placed him near the wooded area at the time of the assault. Forensic analysis confirmed a DNA match between the suspect and evidence from the scene, building a rock-solid case. During interrogation, the suspect's story unraveled. His timeline contradicted witness statements, and his attempts to deflect blame grew desperate. Confronted with the evidence uncovered thanks to Scout's tracking, he eventually confessed, admitting to the assault. His confession spared the victim the ordeal of a prolonged trial, though his motives remained unclear, rooted perhaps in opportunity or a sense of power. The case moved to court, where Scout's role was a centerpiece. Prosecutors highlighted how the canine's tracking located the crime scene, enabling the collection of evidence that might have been lost to rain or time. The suspect was convicted of sexual assault, receiving a substantial prison sentence that ensured he could no longer harm others. The victim, supported by her family, friends, and community, began her journey of healing, her courage inspiring those around her. The town, though shaken, found solace in knowing justice had been served, thanks to a dog's remarkable instincts. The legacy of Scout. The sexual assault case is a profound testament to the extraordinary abilities of police dogs like Scout, whose tracking skills illuminated a path to justice for a brave young survivor. This story of a German shepherd's journey through a town's woods shows that even in the darkest moments, truth and resilience can shine through. The victim's strength, paired with Scout's heroism, reminds us of the power of community, courage, and determination in the face of adversity. If you were moved by this story, please like, share, and subscribe to Beyond Facts TV for more true crime tales that inspire and inform. Know more about this case or other canine stories? Comment below. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.